The gym at Mark Twain Middle School is crowded with tables and poster boards. Students stand ready to discuss their presentations. It looks like a science fair, but this is a service learning share fair. So instead of talking about hypotheses and observed data, these 8th graders are presenting service learning projects they worked on over the past school year. And instead of judges, the audience is 7th graders.
The Service Learning Fair is an opportunity for our 7th graders to see what 8th graders are up to in terms of service learning, as they themselves will be doing this project next year. So it's a good introduction on how to find service projects to do, what sort of work is expected of them for next year, and to get an indication of the type of rigor that's expected when they get into 8th grade.
As a principal, it's really important that all of us follow what the school board has asked of giving back to the community. Through these projects, we've really seen the students shine in taking their passions and their talents and their interests to the real world, applying it to the real world, and really helping give back to our community. It's awesome that they see themselves not only as a part of the Mark Twain Middle School community, but our community at large.
There are a variety of projects chronicling the great work these students performed in their community. One student volunteered in a kindergarten classroom, another started a club sharing her heritage and culture. Some raised money, others raised awareness, and some helped clean up their neighborhood. The important part is all these students were becoming responsible members of their community, engaged in projects that had them giving something back.
Okay, so for my 4th quarter service learning project, I volunteered at the Maddie Miracle Cancer Foundation Walk. The purpose of the walk was to raise money and awareness for psychosocial help for both the cancer victim and their families. And the foundation was started by a woman named Victoria Sardi Brown and her husband Peter Brown after their son Maddie died at age 7 of osteosarcoma, which is a form of bone cancer. And so they started the walk so that families that went through the same thing they did could get help and they could understand and cope with the situation. It really lets you be a part of the community. I mean, we live here. We need to give back to this community. And also, it makes you feel really good. The fact that you were able to do so much for this community and just giving a few hours of your time is really cool. So it is important that you do it because it makes you feel great and it does so much for other people.
The Share Fair began as a way for Twain students to motivate one another to complete service learning projects. 8th graders discuss how to identify something they're interested in and how to get started.
A lot of the reason I think that most people don't engage in stuff like this day to day is because of the apathy and because it's hard, it's easier than it looks. It looks difficult, you know, having to organize all of this, having to go out and find whatever it is. It doesn't take that much.
Naomi and her friend Abby raised money by doing something seemingly easy, singing Christmas carols. Their cause provides financial support to people with long-term illness.
And with something like this, you know, $300 is enough to pay for short period of time, short treatment with cheaper medications like F5U or leucovorin or whatever it is if you're talking about cancer and other things, talking about other diseases. So such a small amount of money can make such a big difference. And not only does it impact the person, but it impacts that person's family, that person's friends. The faster they get well, you know, the happier the people around them are. So it's not just affecting one person, it's affecting a greater range of people, which is why we decided to do this, which is why we decided to raise money for this particular fund.
A little bit of help goes a long way, and that's just one of the many messages the Service Learning Share Fair provides. Now these 7th graders will arrive at school in the fall better informed and motivated about their own service learning projects. And as they head off to high school, 8th graders come away with some very valuable life lessons.
Well, I kind of want to write or be an actress, but I definitely want to do more service learning because it's just incredible. It makes me feel so good. I love giving back to my community.
You know, kind of in the long run, I would really love to do humanitarian work like this. I'm kind of sort of entertaining the notion of going and joining the Peace Corps, you know, before I actually go out and get a steady job. And after that, you know, I just really want to keep doing, it doesn't necessarily have to be this. It just needs to be causes that matter to me, because in the end, you know, you only really get one shot at life, and that shot should be used in helping other people. So, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be this, but I definitely want to do something like this in the future.